Hey, it's Vanessa, and welcome to 2021. We made it. We made it past 2020. This video is an offer up to you to give you an overall collective read of the energy for the year 2021. What I mean by that is I'm looking at these sort of energetic undercurrents that influence our life on a day-to-day basis. So the way you may experience that and the way you experience energy, if you are new to kind of understanding and reading how energy works, is you might notice some days you feel a little extra aggravated, some days you feel more spacey, some days you feel more, really directed, confident, on point. So all of how your internal state often is mentally and emotionally, and even physically actually, is influenced by larger collective undercurrents. Oftentimes we personalize how it is that we're feeling or thinking there's something wrong with us. Why do we still feel this way? Why are we looping on the same kind of thought process or pattern of behavior? But then when you get this larger context and you bring it in, you understand that there's these underlying dynamics that are influencing how we think and feel. Then you go, oh, okay, it's not just me. There's something larger that's moving through. I don't have to take this personally. I definitely don't have to be hard on myself about it. And most importantly, I can use this new understanding and this new knowledge to work for my benefit, to forward my life, to forward my purpose, and to contribute to being part of the positive changes that are indeed happening on the planet right now. So this is really the intention behind offering you up any energy readings, whether they're for the whole year or for the month in general, because I do those as well. In addition to all the other wonderful things that I get to do for my life and my business. So with that, I want to share with you what I was sensing and reading about kind of these collective themes for 2021. Again, use them to your advantage. Use this knowledge and understanding to your advantage. The first theme that's coming through really strongly is acceleration. So 2021 is a year of really fast moving currents energetically. And and that's for better or for worse. Okay. So 2020, as you may recall, was a slowdown year. It was a pullback, retreat, get still, whether you like it or not. There was, and at the same time, there was also this intensity, obviously, with everything that has been going on globally that is continuing into 2021, which will also shift as well. But now we're a little more used to it, right? And 2020 kind of threw us for a loop, and we had to kind of pull back and really get tuned in to what our clarity is around the what's going on externally. Now, with 2021, the doors kind of blew wide open in terms of the ability to act, the ability to move forward. So, no matter what's going on in your world or the world at large, there's more of, just an opening or a gateway for you to really move forward with a fast pace. And it's kind of like, when you're sitting at the top of a water slide and then it's your turn to go. And then all of a sudden you're just going, whether you're ready or not, because there's a line in back of you waiting to go as well. And so you're just on that water slide. And sometimes it's really fun and fast and exhilarating. And other times you're a little like scared and thinking, oh my gosh, whoa, it's a little too fast. So the importance of knowing that information, this acceleration that's happening, is the for better or for worse part. So what that means is we're getting an opportunity with how we manage our focus and how we direct our energy. And what that means essentially is when you're focused on something that is limiting in terms of your perspective, like I can't, I shouldn't, being a jerk to yourself, being judgmental of other people, feeling in a space of fear, overwhelm, and anxiety. And though those are natural, well, I wouldn't call them, though those are, responses that may be typical for a lot of people, and it's just part of being human. There's nothing wrong with that. But what happens energetically this year, at least, is when you focus in on that, when you kind of direct your perception in that lane, you're going to go fast. So you're going to kind of slide down fast. And but, so there's this feeling of kind of a feeling of quicksand, actually, like you fell down this rabbit hole and you can't quite pull yourself out. And this is why I wanted to really actually put this video out, is so you can be a mindful chooser of where you direct your energy. Now, there's no need to be fake positive or, affirmation yourself in a way that doesn't feel right or true to you, or do any of that spiritual bypassing BS that some people talk about, like the whole sort of fake it till you make it movement. Or while there are valuable pieces in there, this is just more about being the neutral observer and stepping back and saying, okay, my focus just went in a direction that's going to pull me down, and it's going to pull me down fast. Like, I'm aware of that's the energetic theme and current that's going on for 2021. So I'm just going to take a breath. I'm just going to like literally physically step back for a moment and decide not to go down that direction, because that is a choice to put my focus over there. And instead, I'm going to reroute, and whatever it takes to, that's healthy, right? To reroute yourself in a different direction is going to be helpful for you, because conversely, the opposite is true. When you focus in on something that uplifts you in any kind of way, something that helps you to feel good, helps you to feel real, true to yourself, elevated, connected to other people, aligned with your own experience of the divine, all of those things will also accelerate very quickly, which is good news, right? Because in years past, we may have felt that momentary connection, that momentary upliftment, and then it went away. You're then just thinking like, wait, come back. I really like that feeling. Where did it go? I was doing so well, and now I feel like I'm 5 steps back. This year is different. If you feel like you're, in that good feeling space, or that, really nourished, really connected, grounded, clear kind of energy, that will accelerate. And what that translates to is doors opening, opportunities coming, connections being made, just a continuing feeling of upliftment, of expansion, of moving your life forward, of being able to really contribute in a way that you've been called to in your heart. Like, that can actually happen this year. So acceleration is this sort of underlying energetic theme, one of the main ones for 2021, for better or for worse. So choose wisely and be the neutral observer, and don't do any of that fake spiritual bypassing stuff. You always want to be real with yourself, but know that the power does rest within you to choose which direction you're going to focus your energy on. Okay, so that's theme number 1. Theme number 2 is about embodiment. And which sounds, I love that word, and at the same time it sounds like such a funny word to use, because of course we're in bodies. Don't we feel embodied? But oftentimes not so much. Oftentimes, I see energy, I see and I hear energy, feel it. And so it's very tangible to me in the same sort of physical sense that your physical experience is for you. And is for me as well, because obviously I'm physical, I'm a human being also. And so embodiment, when I look at people energetically, I see that they're most of their energy is concentrated around their head. There's a lot of activity that is just like buzzing around like a little beehive up there, or monkey mind, a lot of people like to call it. And so this year, 2021, is really about feeling your energy, and also the collective energy, other people's energy, in the rest of your body, right? In a more safe kind of way, right? So a big reason actually why a lot of people check out and kind of space out, or aren't really conscious about what they're doing, or have a lot of energy in their head, is because they don't feel safe in their body, whether that's due to past trauma, current trauma, fear, PTSD. Um, we're not quite used to feeling safe and nourished in our bodies. And so 2021 again is opening this gateway for us to experience more of a sense of nourishment, connection, and safety in our bodies. Nourishment, connection, and safety in our bodies. I had to repeat that because it feels really good to say, actually. That's actually why I'm repeating it. Also because I want to drive home the point of that. So those experiences that we have in our body that make us feel like we want to check out, those are, it's not necessarily that they'll be minimized. I would love to tell you that, but it's more that there's a wholeness perspective that's coming in that allows us to feel more pleasure as much as we may experience pain, more nourishment as much as we experience deficiency, more safety as much as we experience fear and not feeling safe. So there's an opening for wholeness here. So while you may be still experiencing these feelings of, feeling kind of rocked, or like your trauma is triggered, or, this garden variety of physical experiences that we have when we're kind of landed in the rest of our body, we're also going to be experiencing more pleasure, more nourishment, more safety, more connection, all of that good stuff. So we'll have a real felt, tangible sense of that. What you can do to start that process for yourself is to reach reach for things that feel good, nourishing to you, like spiritually nourishing to you, pleasurable for you. Pleasurable and spiritually nourishing, right? So some people might find it pleasurable to reach for alcohol, but then that's not really spiritually nourishing. That's actually a tool to check out. So when you have that combination of both the pleasurable and spiritually nourishing together, reach for those things, right? So you might reach for like a fuzzy blanket that wrap it around you. No, of course it doesn't. Fuzzy blankets do not solve all the problems in the world, but if they're helping you feel more connected to your wholeness, and therefore aligned with your sense and experience of the divine, what they'll do is reconnect you to your true power. And when you and more people are in their own sense of like their truth and their power, that's where change happens. That's where freedom gets brought into the picture. That's where a reclamation is really kind of underway and takes place. So maybe fuzzy blankets actually do change the world. So you're going to reach for the spiritually nourishing and pleasurable things. The fuzzy blanket, you can reach for food, and then acknowledge afterwards, wow, or during the process, this feels really good. Oh, I just ate that. That was incredible. So reinforce the embodiment, right? Reinforce the fact that you are feeling, and feeling can be a good experience. So that is theme number 2. And then theme number 3 for 2021 is leadership, self-leadership, meaning showing up as the leader of your own life. Some of you may be called to be a leader more out publicly, professionally, within your field. You may feel called to become a leader in a new kind of field that's just really kind of grabbing your attention and your desire to be a part of. Some may feel a call to kind of rise into social justice or eco justice issues. So there's just going to be like this internal rising within you that is really ready to step into leadership. And what that will bring with it is your exploration of how you feel, interact, connect with a sense of authority, like internally and also externally. Like, what are the authorities saying? What are, the quote, people in power, requiring of us individual citizens? And does that work for me? And if that does not work for me or for my community, what am I going to say about that? What am I going to do about that? And so there's going to be a lot of uh, re- not just reflection, but real conscious engagement with the external landscape in a more powerful kind of way, in a more leadership driven way. Like, you'll just feel that call to go, yeah, no, wait a minute, this is what it is what would be a better solution. So you'll feel like solutions wanting to come through you. You'll feel a sense of wanting to speak and dialogue more. You'll feel a sense of questioning authority more. And you'll also feel more like examining of where your true sense of power is, like where you source your power, right? So sometimes we reach for things, addictions or scroll hole or, whatever it is, because essentially we don't feel a sense of power in our own lives, in our sense of inner authority over whatever it is that we're experiencing. So we reach for these distractions, addictions, and as a way to get a false sense of power, right? Like, it's like a temporary high, an adrenaline rush. And so you're going to be really looking at, like, where's my true sense of power? And that's always going to be connected to source energy, to God, universe, divine, because you are literally like you're walking around in this world as an individual expression of the creator. And so when you act like you're not, and you act like you have no power, or you acquiesce in a way that doesn't feel right or in alignment with the truth of who you are and what you feel called to create in this world, then imbalance can begin to happen in your body, right? So there's going to be an imperative to clarify your truth, source your power appropriately, and speak up with authority and with leadership to really step into the leader that wants to emerge from within you. So those are the three key themes that I'm sensing for the overall 2021 landscape. You'll see these pop up in a variety of different ways within your personal life, within your community life, within your professional life, and just as a global citizen, as someone who is very much aware and connected to the larger unfolding of what's going on in the world. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I trust that this video will serve you well and support you in all the days forward. With that, I'm wishing you the best for 2021. May you remember the truth of who you are, and may you source your power wisely. Take care.